Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is another review. I know some of y'all are not used to seeing my review videos, but there is a few if you scroll down or you go through the playlist. Um, so today I wanted to review the series of Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right, before I go into it, if you haven't finished watching the series and if you plan to watch it, this is definitely a little spoiler. So you're gonna have to click off the video if you don't want to be spoiled. But if you don't care and you probably don't gonna not gonna watch it, then yeah, continue to watch. Now, I'm just going to go into some background first of all, because for me, the reason why I watched it is because I actually like Star Wars. I was a Star Wars fan. I'm into like sci-fi. I watched all the Star Wars growing up, and I feel like the two new Star Wars that have been out the last couple of years compared to the ones that were out 10 years ago, just not the same level. It's just not the same. It's just not as good. The quality isn't as great. Although they're not bad, it's just not the same levels. And that's just what happens when, something's been an original and then there's been like a 10-year break plus, and then there's like a follow-up. It's never really exactly what it should be, but all the same, it's still okay to watch. Anywho, so yeah, this series basically focuses on Obi-Wan's journey, like after everything happened with Anakin, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, whatever. After all that madness happened, I don't want to go into too much detail and sound like a nerd, but let me just put it in layman terms. Basically, after the kingdom was destroyed, after Anakin murdered most of the children that were going to be Jedi's, they were going to become Jedi masters. And then obviously he went to the dark side and was just on a killing rampage and just angry about everything in life. And obviously him and Obi-Wan had a fight. And yeah, so this is basically a continuation on from that point, I would say. Um, so yeah, this series kind of just focuses on Obi-Wan basically is in hiding. He's on a planet where Jedi's are rare, basically. There's barely any left anymore. Um, and of course, you've got the Empire that's still being run by Darth Vader, that's looking for Obi-Wan and looking for any Jedi's. And if they find them, they kill them. So they come to the planet like often and they try and see if anyone's going to snitch and say that they know where this guy is or if they know any Jedi's. And if they do, they're going to die. And if they don't help them, they're going to burn things down and just ruin their livelihood. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess where he's living at the moment and he's in hiding. And obviously his lightsaber is buried. It's like somewhere deep in the sand. He doesn't use it. He doesn't use the Force. I don't think he has the Force throughout most of the episodes. He's lost all his powers. It's been a while. He's just living like a normal guy. Um, so yeah, throughout the first few episodes, it's basically just following him on his journey, of his everyday life, like what he's doing, how he's living, how he's just basically trying to avoid any kind of conflict with the empires. He's trying to make sure nobody knows he's a Jedi. He doesn't use any of his powers. He walks around like in a hood and disguise, so nobody can recognize him. Um, so yeah, but then the last couple of episodes, what happens? Basically, there's a child. Oh, whose child is it now? I can't even remember. Basically, there's two children that have their Leia's children. Don't know if you remember her. And before she was killed, she had two children with Anakin. And before or during his transition to become, Anakin Luke Skywalker. So not Luke Skywalker, Anakin Darth Vader. And they had kids. So the kids got separated for their protection to live with different families on different planets, and they were to be raised as like normal regular kids, not to be raised as Jedi's or not to be told that they could have the Force or whatever else or who their real parents are, just for basically their safety. So obviously during the last couple of episodes he gets an alert from the daughter, the little girl's family, basically saying her life's in danger, and the Empire's kidnapped the kid. You have to try and get her back. and he's all like, "Oh, I can't be involved. I'm not a Jedi no more. I don't have the Force. I don't have my lightsaber. I'm not involved. Phone somebody else." And he's basically rejects the mission, um, until he basically finds out that it's the Empire that does have the little girl and they're gonna kill her. So he has to act and go on a journey to go and find her and save her. Basically, that's the drift of the last couple of episodes. He does save her, of course, eventually in the end, and then they try and focus on kidnapping the boy, the son, which they almost get, but obviously it's a Jedi she's on her own mission. She's trying to get revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi because he lied to her, or he tricked her. They were supposed to join forces when they were on different teams against Darth Vader, but he didn't. He left. He got out, and she was left, and she had to deal with Darth Vader on her own. And then he basically, what's the word when someone gets not expelled? Can't think of the word, but basically she was banished. That's it. She was banished from the Empire and she was left on the planet by herself. So she wanted revenge. So she couldn't go to Obi-Wan. So she found out about the son that's still alive, and she went to him and his family and his planet and tried to kill him. But in the end, she changed her mind. She didn't kill him. She ends up helping the kid, and then they all reconnect with the families. And Obi-Wan gets there just in time as well, just to make sure that she doesn't kill the boy, and everything's all fine. So that's all cool. But for me, where I was disappointed was the fights between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader, because clearly Darth Vader is more powerful, or was more powerful than Obi-Wan. But in their fights, it always seemed to be like, I don't know, it seemed like Darth Vader wasn't using all his power, he wasn't using all his force, he was being kind of gentle, or they was making his character just not be as strong as the Darth Vader we know from the movies. He was like no one to mess with, and no one could beat him. And he seemed to be like, Obi-Wan wasn't that strong, he was falling over, he couldn't use the Force. Even when he did use the Force, his Force wasn't as strong as Darth Vader's. So I really just didn't really enjoy their fighting scenes. It kind of seemed unrealistic. But again, if they killed Obi-Wan in the series, then, do you know what I mean, what was the purpose of calling it Obi-Wan Kenobi? So I guess that's probably why they didn't make the fighting scene as realistic as it could have been. I think it would have been a good way to end it, because I think it's ended. There's only 6 episodes. I've looked online to see if there's going to be any more, and as far as I can see, there isn't. And in the way the last episode ended, it looks to me like everything's all gravy. There's nothing else to cover unless they do a new season and just talk about something new. But in this current season, it looks like it's a good place to end. But 6 episodes, it is a bit short if that's the case. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If another episode comes out this week, then I'm going to have more to review. But if not, I think it's very short. It is called a mini series. Do I recommend you watch it? What rating would I give it? First, I'd give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. But it's not great. It's not sick. Like, it's not. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely give it a 6 out of 10. So yeah, guys, 6 out of 10. If you're interested in Star Wars and you've liked Star Wars, or you like sci-fi, then yeah, you should watch it. It's something to watch. And it's interesting to see how they develop his character, since the whole Empire and everything else, even though he's old. And yeah, you know what? That could be another reason, because they're old, because Darth Vader's old as well. Maybe that's why he wasn't fighting as good as he could. So yeah, we've got to factor that in. But yeah, guys, if you've seen it or you plan to watch it, please let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about my review. If you want me to review anything else, let me know. I did say earlier in my content videos that I am going to be reviewing kind of any kind of series that I watch. It's not just going to be Netflix. I'm going to be reviewing some films as well, and I'm also going to be doing some live commentary on true crime documentaries, because I love that kind of stuff. I love those kind of shows, whether it's a series or a film. I love to get involved in that, so I'm going to do some live reviews. I think that will be fun. So that's all to look forward to. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you later.